Hey guys, it's Colin here with UpNorthOutdoors, and today I'm gonna finally get the Ford back on the road. Doing the wheel bearings turned into this absolute mess. It's been an ordeal and a half. If you've seen my other video on this, in my last video I gave an update on it too. It has been an ordeal and a half. It's what went from wheel bearings turned into needing a new spindle and a new hub, which turned out a hub and a spindle for this thing for Dana 60s are about impossible to find. You can't get them at parts stores anymore. So I ended up getting lucky and finding a single hub and a spindle at a scrapyard. So I was really lucky with that. I was able to get everything I need, and then even the rotors for these Dana 60s are a pain. A guy can't even really put them on himself. I got a new rotor for it. I had to take it to a machine shop and have them press the rotor on, since there's no way to take these rotors off. They have to be pressed on. You can't buy the hub itself that already has a rotor on it, so got a fresh rotor. And here's a spindle, which since I had it, the bearing wasn't too bad inside it that I got from the scrapyard, but since I had all this stuff at the machine shop anyway, I had them put a new bearing in here as well, and I got a new seal for it. So yeah, and I've got all the bearings and all the races and everything else we need as well. Research told me that the hub originally was supposed from a TTB, which is what I pulled out of that red chuck, was supposed to fit on here, but that is not the case. This part of the hub, I don't even know what to call it, the nose, the shaft, I don't know. It's shorter than the one from the Dana 60. This is my hub. It's scored really bad on the inside and basically garbage. But yeah, TTB ones and Dana 60 hubs don't interchange, at least hub from 80s TTB. Maybe 90s TTB and 90 Dana 60 can interchange, but these ones did not. I got from the scrapyard, and the shaft I got from the scrapyard. This is my old shaft. Just shot. So we got this nice one going on there, along with the new hub with the new rotor. So yeah, get this. Get my spindle, mount it back onto the axle, and then we gotta start packing bearings and putting everything together. All right, so I put new seals on here. I've got the bracket for my caliper on, and now I'm just slowly sucking on my spindle because I've got that inner seal in there, so it's kind of gotta suck onto there. So I'm just got 3 nuts on here that I'm bouncing around to get the spindle sucked back on there.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
You have any idea what you're doing right now?
Me? Yeah. I mean, I took it all off, so I kind of know how it goes back together. Pounding the old races out of the new hub. There's the old races. Time for the new ones, and it's hot in here. Got the inner race pounded into here. Now we gotta pack that bearing, which this is only my second time ever packing a bearing, so don't give me too much crap. I'm just kind of learning as I'm doing this. Got a handful of grease, and then you want to just stuff the grease in on this side until it starts coming out on this side, basically.
Or a $5 bearing packer at an auto parts store. Works pretty slick too. One done.
All right, it's nice and greasy. Ready to put in. All right, so now I got a nice little bee of grease in here. You're stuffing it in here. There. Now I got that wheel bearing on.
I think it's in.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it was gonna go like farther. I know it's gonna. Yeah. All right. New paper towel. Or 10.
Wait. Gotta go.
All right, pounding the seal in now. We just got a little board. the seal set on there. I'm just gonna set it on there. Oh, okay. Oh.
Wait.
Not crooked.
Yeah, really crooked.
Well, I just went and picked up a new seal because I did the board trick. I still messed it up, put the seal in too far, so it's garbage. So I gotta pry that one out and try again. Can't mess this one up. Oh, well, I might have just broke my fingers. Son of a... I was trying to get this, use a pry bar to pull us out because we couldn't find our puller, and I was using all my weight and I pulled, and this, all my weight with the brake disc going on my fingers. I gotta assess this. Alright guys, next day now. I kind of needed a little break last night. After splitting both my fingers open, I just... This morning, got it all done. My dad actually helped me a lot. Especially because I got this bum hand that I can't really do too much with. So he gave me a hand. And we got it all finished up. We got the bearings, other bearing packed, all the bearings on there, nuts on there, and it is good. And I just finished now putting the caliper on. I actually had to go get different brake caliper, or not different brake caliper, different new brake pads, because my one pad somehow, this was the good one, but the bad one, like the metal here was bent over a ton. Like it was bent really bad. So I don't know if that was when my bearings went out and from the wheel riding like that bent it, or from it hit something off-road, I don't know, but it wasn't good. So then we tried beating it back in place, and then like the pad ended up popping off the metal, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't safe. It was better to just go and get new ones anyway, and those ones are getting worn down a bit. I mean, they're at about half life, so didn't hurt to get new pads. So I got new pads on there, and caliper on, hubs on, lockouts on, which the lockout actually works too, which is pretty cool. Got mismatched ones though. I got the original Ford ones on this side, and then I've got, Warren on that side, so. But it's okay. No one can see both sides of the truck at the same time, so no one will know. Back on this one, and then I'm gonna back my truck up a bit, and then I'm gonna pop that other wheel off, and we're gonna pull, I already took the lockout off, but we're gonna pull that out, pull my wheel off, and pull that stuff out, and just take a look at my bearings on that side too. See how they're looking. If they're looking muddy and bad, then I'm gonna repack those too, but if they look good, then they look good. So definitely want to take a peek at them though before I start driving this, and I don't want to break that hub and spindle and go through this entire BS again. All right, I got the wheel on. Gonna drop the truck down. Gonna back it up a bit and cock it over a bit so I can have more room to get on the other side. Then I'm gonna jack that side off, pull that wheel off, pull that hub off, and take a look at my other bearings, see if they need to be repacked or not. Yeah, my power steering is gone. That was hard. And this thing needs a good cleaning when we're done. So, got some more room over here now. I'm gonna jack this side up. Pull this wheel off. I've already got the lockout off. I'll pull the wheel off and take a look in there. See if we need to repack those. This is what I got done so far. I pulled my lockout out, and then there's supposed to be a nut, and then this washer, and then this nut with the pin on it. But there was no first nut. It was literally just this washer. Pulled it off, and then pulled that nut off, which was like hand tight. Well, it's a good thing I pulled the other side off because this bearing is shot. Got back from the parts store. Been wasting a lot of gas running back in town. Got the seal, races, and bearings for that side. Just got the races beat out of here. Good thing to use is brass when you're beating the bearings out so you don't scratch the inside of your hub because it's a softer metal than what the hub is. But yeah, so good idea to use softer metal. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this out now, make it nice in there. Got the race pounded in. A good trick to getting it started too is if you get an old race, set it on top of it and then put a board on top of that, and you can pound around that board, and that's a good way to get it started and down there a ways, and then you can start just going back and forth with the brass, pounding the edge until you hit that lip and get it down good. Also picked up this universal grease packer for the new bearing packer I picked up. So I'm doing it by hand, but it looks like I'm doing this one by hand anyway. The smaller one, the outer bearing, this should actually work with, but this one's too big, so I'm gonna do it by hand like I did the other one. All right, got the hub on, got the lockout on, everything's on. I just gotta put those other new brake pads I have on that caliper. Put the caliper on, put the wheel on. Yeah. All right, wheel on. The old girl's finally on. 4 legs again. So I'm gonna put some more power steering fluid in there, which I see it's still leaking, so it might be my power steering pump. Otherwise I gotta go through the hoses again, do a little leak check. But if the power steering pump is leaking, that's really gonna suck. Because where the position of the motor mount is, it blocks to be able to get into the power steering pump. So I literally have to like undo my motor mount and like pull apart my motor to even be able to do my power steering pump, which really sucks. But yeah, I mean, I guess, I do have to put the wheel caps on too. I'll do that real quick, and then do the fluid, pull it out, and we're gonna clean it up in here and do a test drive. Currently test driving the truck. Got Lorraine here. You can't see her though.
Hi guys.
The rotor's a little hot, so I just put those new pads on. It's a little tight on there, but other than that, it's riding really good. Still leaking some power steering fluid. I filled it up, so it's going good right now, but it's still leaking some, so you still got to figure out where that leak is coming from. But I'm not getting any noises. The front end's riding really smooth, so that's all good. Come back in the morning when it's light out.